Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am building a starter house. It is a starter home for a family of 4 Sims, so the budget is about 26,000 simoleons. I came in just under that, so it was around 25 something or other, probably 25.4 if that's my best guess, I guess. But I actually found a floor plan online on Pinterest, and I kind of use that as not like directly as inspiration, but I used it as like a rough guideline to go with. And as you can see, I actually started out building a fairly traditional home. I was, trying to kind of emulate what I was seeing on Pinterest, and I just thought, hey, I'll just, make it look this way. But as the thumbnail shows, it goes very far from it. It does not stay this traditional style. I wasn't happy with it. I was like, I don't want to do another traditional home. It's kind of boring to do the same stuff over and over. I wasn't really, vibing with it, as the kids say these days. So, I just did a modern house, and I think it's kind of an amazing house. I love it so much. The exterior is really modern and kind of neutral. There's just some wood paneling and some white siding with black accents, black windows, and some fun stuff, but you'll see that in a bit. This is available on the Sims 4 gallery. All you have to do is search for my username, lukeydean. That is LUKEYDEAN. That's all one word, lowercase. And you can also just search for the hashtag LukeyLupin if you want to find all of my more recent builds. That's the hashtag to go with. But yeah, I was, this is around the point where I wanted to go for something a bit more modern, and I thought maybe I'll just adjust the roofing. And then when I did that, I was like, oh, I'm feeling something today. It's working with me today. So I went with this paneling from Seasons, and I normally never use this paneling. It's not my favorite, to be honest. I like the texture and the look of it, but I really am not a fan of the color selection. I do understand now that it's probably because of the style they were going for with Seasons. It was a craftsman style, so the limited color palette makes sense in that regards, I guess. But as a builder in The Sims, I wasn't super happy because there's not really a whole lot of good swatches, in my opinion, with those. It's just they're all kind of repetitive. They're too similar to each other, is what I'm trying to say. It's not really that they're bad. It's just that they're super similar. Anyway. But yeah, as you can see, I was placing down I placed down those really expensive lights, and I was like, wait a minute, I better use these cheap ones instead. This is a starter home, and I really love the interior of this house. I did a lot of experimenting with furniture. I didn't restrict myself with just the base game. I think that making another base game starter would just be kind of boring. I didn't want to do that again. I've done that many times. And my recent tiny home build, it was actually a base game only house, so I didn't really want to be repetitive in that, so I was just like letting myself free and using whatever packs I wanted. And I really love this flooring. This flooring is from the Spooky Day stuff pack, and while that pack is pretty useless for the most part, I mean, some people might enjoy it, it's got some good stuff, not a lot, but it's got some good stuff. This flooring, and there's like some paneling, some like rustic, like really rough, like wallboarding. I don't know what you call it. It's paneling, I guess, but it's wall boards. They're boards. Anyway, I will go into that too far. Need to stop. But yeah, the flooring is really nice and rustic, and it's got some good texture to it, and it's nice. But here is where I used some of the carpet from that pack, actually. This pack came in surprisingly well. But you see there, I made a rug. I might do a tutorial on that, to be honest, because explaining it now would be actually very difficult, but basically, I just hit Control F while I was using the flooring tool, and that turns the square of flooring that you're using into a triangle that is exactly a quarter size, or a 25%, a quarter, a 1/4 I said that 3 times, of the square that you had. And so you can do all sorts of really fun patterns with it. And it's obviously meant to like allow you to do like diagonal like lines so that it's not just straight up and down. But in this case, I used it to make some really fun rugs. And this one, actually, I want to use this specific pattern again, but I do mix it up with some different carpeting later on. I do find a different color palette that I was really liking. I wasn't really sure what color palette I wanted to go with this like this main living space, so it took a little bit of finagling, but I do figure it out. I went with some like light blues and some yellows with a little bit of green here and there. I don't know, it vibed with me, as the kids say these days. I really, really love that. And I forget who I saw do that initially, but it's really, really fun. It's a great way to, you know, add something new to the game while also, you know, you being like minimalist in your funds that you're using. That was a weird way of saying it. But yeah, I just think it's really good if you want to save money for your Sims. You can do that instead, and it works really well. You can do it with any flooring. You can mix it up, and I used like three different carpets there, and it's really cool. I used the green carpet from oh, these are actually both from Dine Out. Yes, the carpets that I use there, they're from Dine Out, and it's 2 different carpets and 2 different swatches and colors, but it's just, I love it. I love that. It's such a fun color combination too. And when I start placing a few plants in the house, it kind of draws your eye around a bit. And yeah, I also brought the outside in with some of the paneling just because I thought that might work a bit better. But yeah, it was really fun. This was a fun build, y'all. So many things that I learned, so many, you know, different techniques, and so many things that I've found in the game that I actually really like using in starter homes. Like those little, you know, that little like bear book, like book end thing that we got. It was a decor item, but now they made those items into basically bookshelves, which is really awesome and makes sense. But it's kind of amazing because it's 0 simoleons, and I'm like, is this a glitch? Is this something that they just like looked over? But I love that. I love that it's 0 simoleons because you're basically giving your Sims a free bookshelf. So yeah, and especially for tiny homes, that would be really, really beneficial too. So yeah, but anyway, I'm moving on to the bedrooms. Now, the family that I had in my mind is very specific and very strange, but hear me out. I just imagined that the people that own this house, or maybe they just moved in, it's like an older couple, and they have either a son or a daughter. Just say they have a child that's a young adult, and maybe they're a full adult, who knows, but they're old enough to have a teenage child also, or at least like a preteen. And this is the preteen's bedroom. It's very like edgy, and you know, it's got black furniture, and they've got a violin. Maybe they're just like sort of like a, you know, they love classical music, but they also love like death metal, you know, they're that vibe, I guess. And the other bedroom is for like the parent of this child, and this one I imagine them being like into fishing or gardening or something. They're just very into that. I obviously very much themed the bedrooms, as you can tell. I really like this bedroom too because it's very earthy and it's very me, to be honest. Green walls, brown furniture, yes. But yeah, it's very cozy and just dark and just kind of, you know, just like a little cave, and it's nice. It's just got everything that this Sim would need. And then the master, quote unquote master bedroom, the parents' bedroom, the older parents' bedroom, it's got a different vibe. It's very like carefree surfer vibe. I don't know, it just kind of accidentally came about, and I really like it. I went with some paneling from Island Living as accent walls, which worked really well. This bed is from City Living. It's kind of a cheap bed. It's uncomfortable, but it suited the like vibe of this room. I don't know what it is. Well, I never used to use the word vibe, but nowadays that's all I use because there's no other way I can describe it. Aesthetic seems a little bit too much to say. And then theme or feeling, it just doesn't, I don't know. Vibe just works. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I used that Island Living paneling there, and I just made it really like bright and colorful. That was weird. Colorful. Oh my goodness. English today. English number 1. But yeah, just made it simple, very sleek and simple and clean and airy and comfortable and cozy. Just a nice little house. I really, really like this house. I think that it would be a great starter home for a bunch of Sims to live in. Yeah, there's also a very, very straight up and down, simple, bare bones basics bathroom. I wasn't really sure what colors to go with, so I went with black and gray with a few red accents. I don't know. I was kind of running out of steam at this point, and I was like, I just want to finish this build, and I liked it in the end. It actually kind of looks cool. I don't know. It's something different, but yeah. But anyway, I think that's really it for the majority of the house. What I did was, after this, is I just kind of went through and just added a few more decorative. I cannot speak English today. What is wrong with me? But I just added a few more decor items just throughout the house, some paintings, a few little knickknacks, and then I did some landscaping on the exterior with the debug item like stuff from the bb.show hidden. No, that's wrong. bb.show live edit objects true cheat. You can actually type that cheat in without the show hidden objects cheat and just get the debug items. Did you know that? Or at least the show live edit, like the world items. You won't get everything, which I actually prefer because, when you do the show hidden objects cheat, it puts all this stuff in the regular catalog and it just kind of gets in my way and I have to scroll forever. But with this, I can just specifically search this stuff up. So yeah, I gave them a car, fake car, which is actually really nice touch there. And I just went around and added a few like shrubs and trees and stuff just to kind of fill in the space a bit. Gosh, this is such a blessing. Like starter homes back in the day, like when you did landscaping, it was incredibly minimal, but now we can kind of at least go a little bit farther. And yeah, this looks really nice though. It's very simple. I didn't go overboard with it because again, it is a starter house. The backyard also is very empty and I missed a patch of paneling there. I wanted to be blue. Oh gosh, that's a bothersome thing. I mean, I kind of intended on that because it lined up there, but also I don't like how it looks now and I want to change it. Anyway, but yeah, I kept the backyard very, very straightforward. I didn't really add a whole lot of things back here. I did add a barbecue, but I was like, that's 600 simoleons. I don't want to waste. So I put a fire pit instead. I thought that would work just as well. I put an easel, a soccer ball, and a few garden pots. Nothing too crazy. Again, wanted to save as much money for these Sims as possible, so yeah. But that's pretty much the house. I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all like this build. Again, it is on the gallery under the hashtag lukeydean if you want to find it that way. But yeah, there is no mods, CC, custom content, nothing. It is purely base game, or yes, it is base game. It's not base game. It's CC free. There we go. It's yeah. I was in base game world because I just did another base game build in The Sims 3 and I haven't edited that yet, and I was just thinking about that. Anyway, I love you all so much. I hope you all are staying hydrated. I hope you all are drinking water. Go drink some water right now. I mean it. And be sure to wash your hands and just just try to find something that brings you joy. And building in The Sims brings me joy right now. So yeah, I love you all, and yeah, I'm thinking about y'all. But anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that